Hello there. This is yet another recording where I'm going to be doing a very similar thing that I have done in the previous recordings. So I will explore Java and Spring and Spring Boot. And also I will explore my conscious and myself. I'm going to be doing a so-called self-discovery or self-exploration. And I will focus on three areas, which is the view mindset, my breath, and body sensations, and also enjoyment and shame. Mostly those will be the main, the top priority is my breath and my body, letting myself feel my breath, feel my body, notice what's going on. Oh, and also I'm going to be paying attention to or holding that I am in my mind or returning back from time to time to the fact that I am being recorded on camera. Okay, and before I continue to exploring the code, not this one, but the Good Help project, I will do the down regulation breathing because I just came from a workout and I want to calm my nervous system down and turn on the parasympathetic nervous system. And I will be breathing for the whole 10 minutes. And with my eyes closed, and inhales on count of 4 and exhales on count of 8. So exhales will be 2 times longer than inhales. And that's it. So for the next 10 minutes, I'll be doing that and also holding in my attention that I'm being recorded while doing the breathing and exploring what comes up while I'm breathing. So, and I'll record the whole 10 minutes of breathing. There you go. The 10-minute timer is over, and how do I feel? I feel more refreshed. Not necessarily calmer, but more calm, but more refreshed. For sure. I will start next. So first of all, let me remind myself to pay attention to my breath, and let me feel my breath and feel the sensations in my body. And also I can notice my voice. I can notice the bottom of my feet, my chest, and I can also become aware of my shame that comes up when I'm being recorded, and also heat in my hands and arms. And I will start another timer. Let's start a 3-minute timer to remind myself to maintain this connection with my body. And next, let's continue reviewing the project and making progress with good help. So first, I want to start certain Docker containers, and for that I will do the reverse search Docker Compose up build, and this starts Postgres, Zookeeper, Redis, and Kafka. I haven't used Zookeeper and I haven't used Kafka, and I can't wait to start exploring those. So now that let's check the status of our containers, and they're healthy. So now that they are up and running, let's stop this container. We don't need it, and let's start the application. Okay, and I do not remember. No, where's the build? Cool. And the application now should be available on the 8080 port. Notice this beautiful design that is applied with styles and all that. The button is off. I remember that it was different here, but it doesn't matter actually. So let's continue to and open a therapist. Let's open this one, and 404 no found. We get this error. So let's start investigating the source of this error, which I would start from finding the lending module, the main lending. What's that? Bounded context in the DDD terminology. And I just reminded myself to return back to my breath, to the bottoms of my feet, to return back in my body, into my body, get back into my body. And inside the lending bounded context, we have application, probably its presentation we're interested in. So let's open, there's API. We are interested in the therapist profile. endpoint. Huh. Yeah, this is a little weird. Let's use, so I guess that for some reason AI made the Ukrainian language default, and this is horrible, but we will, I really want to change having multiple endpoints for just methods for different languages, because probably we could use something like lang here and make it, this is pseudocode default like this, ang, if there is no lang. But AI went with creating several methods, several endpoints for it, and I don't like this because it's harder to extend. It takes more code to extend this. We could okay, but we'll refactor it later in the future. And now I want to open anti-gravity. So I guess that this controller is responsible, or was supposed to be responsible, for handling this path, but things went wrong, and now I wonder whether there is a URL like this. Let's search for it. Nope. No URL. Profile list. So it can be a simple mismatch in this word, because here it's profile and here it's therapist. Let's fix it. So and let's see how smart anti-gravity is. So target Java project, cool. We will Gemini Flash Pro. Let's use Pro here for that. When I open this path in the browser, it displays list of therapists. When I click on an individual therapist, it opens, leads to a URL like this, and results in 404. We could also let's copy just the controller name, which is handled by the controller. I found the following controller that looks like the one that's supposed to handle that, but it has a different URL path. Please find out the best way to fix this problem. Whether I'm right, and what's the best way to fix the problem. And let's see how AI handles this. Because what we could do is simply we could just replace here profile to something like slash therapist, and it would work. And I think that anti-gravity will suggest this fix too. So in the template, it'll suggest to, or either we could, it'll suggest to, I bet, to change the template. Although this is there are two options how we could fix it if that's the case. Either change the template, the URL in the template, or the URL in the controller. And I would change the URL in the controller, so I would change this to therapist, and this to therapist, and this to therapist. But I'm not sure. For some reason, I want to think that AI will suggest to change the template. Yeah. Why do you suggest to change the template instead? The URL in the template instead of the path in the controller. Let's see its reasoning, because to me, a more consistent way would be to stick to, so we have here therapist list. So when I open an individual therapist, I expect here to see the word therapist in URL. But if I change this to profile, say, so profile, look at that, it works, but it looks inconsistent to me. And that is the main reason why I would change the path in controller. I checked the code page and confirmed the therapist path is reserved for private therapist cabinet. Oh, I see. Cool. Okay. Let's do this. Let's actually not use AI here. Let's find the therapist card controller and change this by ourselves, because I want to have more practice with play. Like, I want to play with code more and more interaction with code. I also want to use AI, but as a partner, not as a worker that does everything for me. So where is the card? And I'm being reminded to pay attention to my breath, to my body, to the bottom of my feet, to my shame, to what sensations I have in my body, so that I would like to keep in mind, pay attention to. Okay, there is the fragment that we're looking for. So I just what's the word for that? I don't remember. Sneak peeked into the solution that it gave us, and it's the therapist card .html file. It suggests to change, so let's do that. And we have photo URL, but I think that, oh no, look at that, no, profile, cool. And let's see, reload, and we have therapist still. Reload, therapist still. Reload, no changes. What the heck? How? Oh, okay. Oh, now it's profile, and I can see this because when I hover over, what the hell? I see. So when I hover over a URL, I can see here in the bottom left corner of my browser the URL that the link targets or leads to. So we have two links here. The one is the one wraps a card, and another one is wraps the view profile text. So we changed the one that wraps or scales or expands to the size of the card, and we also want to make sure that we change therapist the view profile one, and text looks lovely, it's trans, okay, cool, and now it leads to a profile. And let's click on this. Wow, what? Very cool. Very, very cool. Cool. I'm curious what's up with this information for. And here, so no education, individual. Wow. Okay, this one has a lot of info. It looks kind of good, but with certain things to, and why do we have here en instead of this in the key? This is weird. Consultation book. Oh, this looks not good. Okay, so first of all, let's explore profile en. What about RU? Yeah, but what about this en? No changes. And how about this one? White label error page, which is weird, but okay. This is a 403 error, so access forbidden, and which means that it is a security configuration issue. And if it's a security configuration issue, we can easily open the config file, and that contains plenty of configuration. I'm not experienced in this, but what I can deduce here is that there are certain methods, like for example this one being security filter chain that returns a configuration of a certain URL domain or URL area. And now I am explicitly, intentionally paying attention to the camera and that I'm being recorded, and to my breath, and to my belly, and to the bottom of my feet. So this is a security manager, therapist. They go, and then a lot of configuration for security. And we are looking for, our module is called default. Okay, let's go with that. Default request matchers. It's not psychologist, but do we have URLs like this in our lending module? No, we don't. And it is weird, so we don't need this one. Let's comment it out. Oh, you know what? Let's not comment it out. Let's change it to profile. that, and it's that easy. So profile, API, book, blah, blah, blah. Do we have anything that looks like? Nope. So let's see. Let's wait until it recompiles the application, reload, profile, good. It is good, but what I notice here is that the language is not picked up, which is not that good. But I want to change this. I want to do it like this, UK, and switch UK and US pass, but let's ask the AI about in path. What's the right URL path? What's the right ISO 2 code for Ukrainian language? Okay, what about United Kingdom? Kingdom. UC? Is it UC? GB, UK, or country codes, EN, Co UK. So if we look what I've seen domains ending with Co UK. Sure, that's not the language code at all. That's cool. So how can I distinguish between Ukrainian and United Kingdom ISO 2 codes in URL? Okay, so there is no United Kingdom with UK, Ukrainian UK, English EN. Oh, okay, I got it. It's all a little bit confusing, but whatever. So let's Lang. I'm happy with this one, and here I want to add UK here and remove EN. And also what I notice here is that if Lang is not UK EN, we want EN here. Yeah, that looks perfect. And we want to wait until it restarts, and let's reload the page. It works. How about with the UK prefix? Prefix. Define prefix. Prefix. Okay. Cool. Next, let's explore the profile page, because in the original application, each psychologist except for the Zero Man has a decent profile page with like education, reviews, and other stuff like that. But before we do that, let's do this one. Oh, okay. Let's commit using our IDE, and and just improvements. I will have my commit message very unclear, which I shouldn't, but I feel lazy today to think about a proper message. Okay, what we want to do here is we want to profile, cool. Profile reviews, profile, book consultation, works with group. Cool. So what we could do is we could start cursor and look into database, because all that information should be inside the database. No, we don't want this. Therapist. What's here? It's just some initial data. No, that's not it. Therapist settings. It's not it either. What about... Yeah, I cannot see anything here. Okay. Let's look into the original project, how it's done here. And we want the landing, a module, resources, templates, pages. I'd say it's partial. Profile. Okay, so we have a lot of things here. How about profile? Yeah, let's start with this one. Oh shit. Okay, I see. So the problem is that I was really doing the original project in the spirit of a startup, so the most effective or dirtiest way. Borsky, wow, cool. Way possible. So this is where all the data is stored. It's stored inside the template, which is something that gives us this therapist profile. I'm curious, where did we get the info for some therapists? Years, experience in years, therapist experience in years, many years. It is super weird. Super weird. So, education, methods and approaches, reviews. Cool. Okay, this is what we will explore in more detail, and maybe this is what we will fix, because it is broken like a lot at the moment. And I'm gonna wrap this video. I'm gonna thank myself. Thank you, Dima. It looks weird and a little narcissistic. I'm gonna thank myself for the work I've done today, for the recording, for being here. And we will continue exploring and fixing this in the upcoming videos, in the future videos. So see you sometime in the future.